It's about the sound waves. Major discussion will be about sound waves. What are the importance of sound waves? Basically, in going into details of the importance of the sound waves, first of all, we must understand what are sound waves and why it is important to us. It is not important not only for physics or engineering, general engineering students. Yes, who raise the hand? Yes, Manahil.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
वालेकुम
अस्सलाम
सलाम।
वालेकुम सर। सर ये जो आपने पिछला लेक्चर पढ़ाया है, मेरा इंटरनेट प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है, बार बार डिस्कनेक्ट हो रहा है। सर ये चैप्टर बुक से पढ़ाया आपने या स्लाइड से पढ़ाया?
नहीं,
मुझे
स्लाइड
कुछ
से
उतनी समझ में नहीं
नहीं, स्लाइड्स यूज किए, लेकिन ये बुक में गिवन है, एज इट इज गिवन है बुक में। जस्ट मैंने यूज करने के लिए थोड़ा सा इसको और क्लियर करने के लिए इसको
सर
स्लाइड यूज
बुक में
की।
कहाँ गिवन है ये?
चैप्टर नंबर 16। Chapter number, I'm showing here. Let me show you from the previous chapter. Chapter 16. Yes, 16.8. 16.8 chapter. This one, right? This equation
sir.
is given in more detail with more discussion.
अच्छा सर, और ये 16 चैप्टर के अंदर ना जो ये था, कल आपने कहा था कि मैं इंटरफेरेंस ऑफ वेव पढ़ाऊंगा, और
हाँ जी 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 जी।
और ना जो फेस डिफरेंस है ना, वो अभी भी मुझे समझ नहीं आया। और
अच्छा, चलो मैं आपको बताता हूँ,
यस,
अभी रिपीट करता हूँ मैं वो इन पे ना, ठीक है?
ठीक है सर।
और इसने हैंड रेज किया था, माज ने। ओके, यस माज।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
वालेकुम सलाम।
सर जो आपने अभी 16 चैप्टर में इक्वेशंस पढ़ाई हैं, अब वो वाली पावर पॉइंट की स्लाइड्स आप मुझे दे सकते हैं?
हाँ
हमारे
बिल्कुल,
लिए थोड़ा सा इजी हो जाए।
नहीं बिल्कुल सेंड कर दूंगा मैं आपको, डोंट वरी, मैं आपको ग्रुप में सेंड कर दूंगा, ठीक है?
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
So chapter number 617 now it is about the sound waves. So sound waves important not only for physics students, rather it is also interesting and understandable and applicable for in so many fields, from music industry to medical field, even from military, traffic control. Sound waves are very important. In physiologists, how speech is produced, how speech impairment might be corrected, means in the construction of the halls like convocation halls, music halls, theaters, it is very important to, to select the proper wallpaper, then how the material of the walls and uh, curtains and about all about the sounding, so that we can reduce the noise, we can produce the proper uh, sound throughout the hall. And similarly, aviation engineers also use the sound waves and shock waves, the supersonic aircraft. And similarly, in Navy, submarines, because travel under the water surface. So uh, underwater surface, how the electromagnetic radiation have some limitation in underwater, because density, as the density of the medium increase, their absorption is increased with the passage of distance, traveling of the distance. So underwater, they prefer to talk about with each other and prefer to use these ultrasonic waves instead of the electromagnetic radiation. So there are so many applications, so many fields, like in medical industry, medical field, not in only industry, rather medical field. Ultrasounds are basically used to uh, analyze the diagnose the different diseases inside the body. X-ray is basically used for the study related to bones study. But when we want to study the such part of the body which don't have bones and how to uh, diagnose the problem or disease inside the our human body or any living bodies. So sound waves, ultrasonic waves are preferably used. In military, also sound waves are used so many things, occasions. It means because sound waves, that is why so important. Now we know uh, sound waves are longitudinal waves. They require the medium to travel from one place to the another place. So they are so much dependent on the properties of the material or carrier. It is very important to, before going into the details of the study of the sound wave, it is very important to study the properties of the material as well. So this is more interesting topic now, in which longitudinal waves, basically what happened when sound waves produce and how they travel through the medium. Basically, they produce the compression and rarefaction within the medium. So at some place of the medium, part of the medium is compressed, and some particles of the medium are uh, at a large distance to each other. So in this way, they keep on traveling through the medium. So it is important to understand the properties of the medium to study the properties of the wave or to apply the sound wave. So sound waves, longitudinal waves, just like seismic prospecting teams are used these such waves to probe Earth's current crust of oil. When under the surface of the Earth crust to detect the presence of the oil. Ships carry sound-ranging gears to detect underwater obstacles. Submarines use sound waves to stack other submarines. So it is a complete industry basically, sound waves. And remember, sound waves travel in the form of wave fronts and as well as in rays. What are the wave fronts basically? When we talk about the sound wave, so wave fronts are surfaces over which or with the oscillations due to sound waves have the same value. Such surfaces are represented by whole partial circles. That is in the diagram on the left side of the screen. The circles, concentric circles, are shown basically, which are showing the wave fronts, because sound waves travel longitudinal, being the longitudinal waves, they have at some points compressions and some points rarefaction. So we can show them, definitely there will be some distance between them. So this can be shown by concentric circles. And rays means the direction of the propagation to the wavefront of the sound wave. And these are rays are always perpendicular to the wavefronts. You can draw at any point perpendicular outward direction from the circle. So how find the speed of the sound wave? This equation which we have used in the last topic is our mu is equal to the velocity of the sound, velocity of the waves, any wave. But what is tau and what is mu? Mu is the density, right? And in what is density? Density involves the mass and volume. So it means whenever there is a mass, is the inertial property of the medium, not inertial property of the bodies. And what is tau? Well, tau is the force basically. And tau, what is the force? elastic property. Means whenever there is elastic property means this body has the tendency to move, tendency to vibrate, and a tendency to D-shape. And whenever body you want to D-shape, definitely body will have some velocity, body will have some, although there will be some kinetic energy. When a spring compressed and then released, what happened? When it is compressed, it stores some energy, and when it is released from compression, it and it could again deliver the energy which was already stored. The first condition, when you compress the spring, there is some elastic energy. And when you release the spring and it moves from compressed state to get the normal state, so it provides the kinetic energy. It has the kinetic energy now. So elastic properties means there are some storage ability of in the form of kinetic energy, and inertial property means storage ability in the form of potential energy. So both the properties are very important. If body has do not have elastic property or don't have any inertial property, sound wave cannot travel through the medium, or any wave cannot travel through the medium. So what happened when you use the store the kinetic energy? How kinetic energy is being stored? You apply the force and body start vibrating. So means you have to apply the force on a certain area, which is given the name of the pressure, right? Pressure will be changed accordingly when you apply the force on string or on any other medium or spring, as you may say. So what is happening? It is basically pressure is the applied force per unit area. So here, how pressure will be changed is shown instead of the torque, and how we come to know about the inertial property, how much volume is changed when you apply the force, right? If some bodies may have changed a lot in volume, some may not visible to us, but maybe have extremely minor changes in the volume. But anyhow, how much change occurred, this is very important. So this ratio is known as the change in volume. So it's fractional change in the volume produced by the pressure. Whenever you apply, take the example of the spring. You apply force on the spring to compress. It depends upon the diameter of the spring or area of the spring. Small radius, two springs are available to you. One is small area, one is carrying the large area. And you apply the same force. You will observe that there will be different shape change in the both the cases, because now area has changed. Force per unit area, if area is increased, so then it will absorb less pressure. So if area is very small and apply the same force, so it will feel more pressure. So that is why area in this case is very important. And then how much volume change occurred when you apply the pressure or when you apply the force on a certain material. This property is known as the bulk modulus, basically. Modulus means constant. So this is bulk modulus, how volumetric change occurred. So this is all this both the property pressure per unit area and volume, fractional change in volume, are depends upon the medium. And remember, there is a negative sign. Negative sign, neither is a negative sign because there is a decrease in the volume. Right here we are talking about the decrease in the volume. So it may be some case, I don't remember, is there any case when we apply the pressure and volume of the body increased? I don't know, maybe in the case of, no, I don't remember any case. So this is the about the properties of the medium. Bulk modulus provide you the elastic properties of the medium when you apply the force and how much change in volume may occur. So as much this property is important, then we'll put this equation into this one equation. We get this equation of the velocity V is equal to B over rho. It means bulk modulus over density of the medium. As you know, what is the speed of the sound in vacuum? Zero. Uh, Sound doesn't travel through the vacuum because it don't have any medium. It requires some medium travel. Then it certainly have very high speed in air because air density is very much higher than the speed of the density of the vacuum. So, but when moving to water, liquid surface, any fluid, what happens? Speed of the sound definitely will increase because now density of the uh, tendency to be depressed to apply the pressure on some gaseous cylinder and on liquid cylinder is very much different. When you apply pressure uh, on some gas cylinder or have some piston and apply the same for the liquid, you know, liquid has the less ability to be compressed as compared to the uh, solid. So there will be very fractional changes, small change in the volume of the volume of the liquid. So this is how velocity of the sound and properties of the medium related to each other. So velocity of the sound is very much higher in liquid as compared to the velocity of the sound in air. And similarly, velocity of sound is very much higher in the solid. This table number 17.1 on the right side of the screen is showing the speed of the sound in different mediums. Look at the, first of all, air in 0 centigrade is 31 meter per second. In 20 centigrade, speed is increased. Means speed of sound is also depending upon the temperature. Helium helium and 961, and hydrogen very much higher than the high sound. But as we move into the liquid, water, 0 centigrade water at 20 centigrade seawater. Seawater is more dense as compared to the ordinary water. Reason of the density is this high percentage of salts in the ocean water. So speed of sound is very high as compared to all other water at ordinary temperature. Similarly, aluminium, steel, and granite, as the density of these solid material will increase, speed of the sound through these medium will also increase. So how to drive this equation? This is basically velocity. We use the velocity definition of velocity rate in change in displacement, how much it is when uh, body medium is in normal condition and when medium is not in normal condition when it's compressed, how much change occurred. So in order to determine this change, we use this definition: force per unit area minus force per area plus some fractional change in the pressure. So this is how force will change. Force will change accordingly as the pressure changes. So when you apply the want to move the sound waves through some medium. So now what will be the mass? Mass is the using the definition of the density. Density is the force mass per unit volume. So putting the uh, definition volume of volume definition of volume into this equation. What is the dense volume? Area into length. Area of this uh, cylinder and length of the uh, distance through which it travels when you apply some force. So this will be provide you the volume, and we'll put into this equation now left distance value into velocity into time. So acceleration we now given as the rate in change in velocity over time. To put again into this equation, simplify these equations, you will get the following equation. Bulk modulus will be equal to density into velocity of sound per square. So the derivation drive this equation. So topic 17.4 is not part of your syllabus, okay? So it's just up to 17.3. So up to now here, if you have any question, please let me know, and then we jointly study the interference of the waves as in our previous chapter, and now again in the case of sound, how interference taken place. So please, if you have any question up to now about the sound waves and about the properties of the medium, please raise your hands and let me know. Okay, coming back to the chapter number 16. Sorry, Faisal has raised the hand. Yes, Faisal. Faisal, do you want to ask something? You may unmute yourself.
सर हमने एफएससी में पढ़ा था कि इसमें लाप्लेस प्रोडक्शन या न्यूटन प्रोडक्शन भी थी इस इक्वेशन में,
जी जी,
उसका बता दें।
हाँ उसका चले देखेंगे अभी। फिलहाल ये जनरल फार्मूला ड्राइव किया हुआ है। देयर इज अ इट रिक्वायर्ड सम सर्टेनली रिक्वायर्ड सम करेक्शन। मींस इस इक्वेशन में जस्ट मीडियम के विद रिस्पेक्ट डिफाइन किया गया है, ठीक है, बट देयर इज नो इफेक्ट ऑफ द टेम्परेचर डिस्कस्ड इन दिस इक्वेशन। आई थिंक लैप्लास करेक्शन जो थी वो इससे टेम्परेचर से रिलेटेड थी इक्वेशन में। तो आई विल डिस्कस विद यू। अगर ये इसमें इम्पोर्टेंट हुआ आपके टॉपिक से रिलेटेड किसी में, फिर डिस्कस करूँगा, अदरवाइज आपको ब्रीफली फिर बता दूंगा इसके बारे में, ठीक है, नेक्स्ट टाइम। तो अभी तक अब हम साउंड इस पे कर रहे थे डिस्कस एक सेकंड वेव्स के बारे में। हाउ इंटरफेरेंस टेकन प्लेस, अंडर व्हाट कंडीशन इंटरफेरेंस ऑफ द वेव्स observed and taken place. Yes. Suppose there are two waves. One wave is its equation is given here, and when it is shifted by some phase, okay, by some angle, by some distance, everything is same in these equations. They have the same wave number, same angular frequency, but only difference is that these are out of phase to each other. They are at some displacement difference or phase difference to each other. So we can say that these are phase shifted. Okay, this may be like just like maybe at 0 angle, maybe we have some 45 angle difference. One wave is traveling like in ahead of the other wave by the angle of 45, or any other angle. We take the sum of this equation and solve this equation like this. So now we have got this equation, right? If two waves differ by another wave by 90 degree, put the value of 90 into this equation, what will happen? 90, 45 here, 90 means 45, cos 45, it will be some non-zero and equation wave now. But what will happen if there is a zero phase? 0 cos 0 mean 1. It means when there is a zero phase difference between two waves. So their amplitude will be doubled according to this equation. Amplitude will become double, right? Like this is as described in this equation. In this diagram. When they have one native phase difference, it will become zero amplitude from the stationary wave. So this is the conditions of the interference, constructive interference and destructive interference. So let me tell you something about the waves. Sorry, phase of the wave. Then we go to the can you see this diagram? Okay, I hope all of you can see this diagram. So look at this wave shape. When wave is traveling, look at these points, point 1, point 3. Point 1 and point 3 apparently are at the same height from the x-axis. Similarly, point 7 and point 9 are also at the same point. So what is the difference between point 1 and 3, point 7 and 9? At point 1, wave is getting higher. It's, yes, Nahil Ali.
सर ये पॉइंट नजर नहीं आ रहे मुझे
नजर नहीं आ रहा आपको?
नहीं सर
पॉइंटर नजर आ रहा है? पॉइंटर आ रहा है नजर?
नहीं सर
ये जो मैं पॉइंटर से रेड लाइंस लगा रहा हूँ ये नजर आ रही है?
नहीं सर नहीं आ रही मुझे
और किसी के साथ भी ये इशू है? खैर मैं पूछता हूँ किसी और से भी। जी अलियावान, डू यू हैव द सेम प्रॉब्लम?
यस सर नजर नहीं आ रहा
पॉइंटर भी नजर नहीं आ रहा?
नो सर
नहीं सर
ओके अच्छा मैं ऐसा करूंगा आपको ना इसकी मैं थोड़ी सी वीडियो बना के सेंड कर दूंगा, ठीक है? ये वेव को समझाने के लिए इसमें शायद फिर क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रही है तो इसका मैं आपको फिर सेंड कर दूंगा, ठीक है?
ओके सर
हाँ इसका थोड़ा सा फिर इशू हुआ है।
ओके सर
ओके
已连接成功 ，Good。
anyhow अपने को म्यूट करें। So interference taking place under some certain condition of the phase difference. So whenever sound waves are in phase, there is a maximum chance of the increase in amplitude. Similarly, when sound waves interfere with each other, you listen the loud noise, loud sound, and when they produce they interfere destructively, you listen nothing. So this happened basically under addiction. So this is the basically uh, uh, experimental evidence how the waves travel and when they have the path difference, basically how much path difference must be between the two waves so that they can produce the interference. The this rules double slit experiment in our double slit experiment in your FSC book or single slit experiment. There the explanation of the such interference is given. Basically, how they interfere each other. Uh, when but they not interfere in all conditions. When the path difference, what is the path difference in the diagram in here? So draw this one use some pen. How much these two waves differ with each other. So this distance is known as the path difference. If this path difference path difference length is the length difference in the length of these two rays. So it is denoted by delta L. L is the wavelength of the waves and phi is the angle, 2 pi is the total circular length. Means if phi is 0, then path difference will be equal to the path difference will be 0. And if phi is 180, means 2 pi, it will be equal to 1. Similarly, you can put this equation and you will get the following condition. When there is a path difference is in proportion, so there is a fully destructive interference. When it is in the form of some integer, so then there is a fully constructive interference. To generalize this now formula, how make the formula determine the path difference. So whenever their path difference is multiple of some integer, there will be loud noise listened by you, and whenever there is some path difference in not integer form rather in fractional form, then there will be some destructive interference, and then there is a chances of the to produce the stationary waves. Yeah. So this is all about today's topic. If you have any question, you may send me the question in written form. You may send me question in your voice message. So next time we will just briefly discuss some properties of the sound wave, and then we will move towards our last topic to study the properties of the fluids. Up to now, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Then we are just 1.5 minutes in this meeting. Is it okay to you all? Please raise your hands. Man is entering into the meeting at the last moment. So, if you don't have any question right now, maybe not in your mind, please you may ask any question at any time. So, thank you for